Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Saturday, and I am playing a little bit more Ace Attorney Prosecutor's Path. And today's kind of interesting. Now, I've already been dealing with a couple of technical issues as of late, but what I'm currently setting up is a little more lagless connection between me and Twitch. I'm currently I'm testing out like the low latency thing, and it looks like it's actually a genuinely big amount of improvement. There's only about 2 seconds of lag between me and Twitch at this moment in time. And that's freaking impressive, because before it was about 6 to 7 seconds. Pretty freaking good, I would say. Now, that being said, it seems to be playing some kind of weird havoc involved with Mixer for some reason. I think that might be something completely off subject, that maybe that has something to do with a server over on Mixer that's screwing up. I don't know. The more days that pass by, the more I start to think I should probably be dropping Mixer. But anyway. Now I want to play video games. Can I play video games? I think I should play video games. So anyway, the last time that I played, we had a little bit of a prison caper where we finally managed to break open a big conspiracy involved with trafficking shit in the prison and figuring out the warden that was all behind it. But now we have a new mystery to open up today, so let me hop over to the game tab and we will begin. There we are. Oh, hey, actually, no, not continue. That was the other one. We need to start with the new thing. So yes, we've been through episode 1, episode 2, and now episode 3, The Inherited Turnabout. So let's see, let's begin. That is a big cake. What's for dessert today?
And Jeff Masters' piece of cake.
Aw, that's adorable. Cake shop murder. Macaroons and waffles, light and fluffy. Oh, this is a song? Damn it. I don't know the tune. Happiness for one and all, the sweetest temptation. Oh, there. Over there. Please get tripped. Trip and die by falling under the whisk. Please. It's freshly baked desserts. Let's cook again today. It's a precursor for Cooking Mama. Alright. Well, that's what the world lives like in commercial land. What's the actual reality? This program sure brings back memories. What? Gregory. Tomorrow I'm heading towards that fateful place with your son. Uh-oh. To find out the truth of 18 years ago. Oh, shit. Digging up skeletons, I see. April 2nd, 10:05 a.m., Zordiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio. Well, we're here. Mr. Shields, isn't it about time you told me what this is all about? Why did you bring me to this museum with you? You're not busy now, are you, Miles? I thought it'd be nice if we could share the romance of the constellations together. What? Sorry, I don't swing that way, buddy. I beg your pardon, but I would like to leave. Sorry, it was just a joke. Do you know about the final case your father worked on? The IS-7 incident? Yes. Manfred von Kammer showed it to me immediately after I became a prosecutor. I reviewed the case file again last night after you invited me here. That one? Alright. And while I don't remember it very well, I also had been... I also had been in attendance at the trial back then. Okay, that's right. That had to have been tough. When I was young, I loved watching my father do battle in the courtroom. During that trial, it was my father, the defense attorney Gregory Edgeworth, against... Oh. Collar pull. My former mentor, Prosecutor Manfred von Kammer. And while the trial ended with the defendant being declared guilty... I see. So you were there too? At Gregory's final trial? In that case, I'll cut to the chase and tell you what you want to know. The truth about the IS-7 incident. Of course, there were probably some things buried by good old Manfred himself. Good old mentor, slightly second daddy. It happened 18 years ago, during the winter. All the buildings were covered in snow, coating the entire town like a layer of frosting. And it was in this very place that the incident occurred. This was all before Uncle Ray became a defense attorney. You were also kind of a punk. Just a slight punk. December 24th, 5 o'clock p.m., Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Mr. Edgeworth, this request sure was sudden, don't you think?
Indeed, we were contracted immediately after the client was arrested. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I am a defense attorney. I brought my assistant, Raymond, with me to meet our client, but...
A murder on Christmas Eve. This is just too much. Ah! In the darkness! A miraculous meeting! Who are you? Oh, chef guy.
Welcome, one and all, to the visitor's room!
Amazing! So this is what meeting a client is like? Yeah, in this horrible nightmare that we call Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney reality. Yes. It all happened so suddenly, I was completely surprised.
I'm also surprised. 1,000 pardons for startling you. I am merely expressing my happiness through song. Welcome, one and all. I greatly appreciate your coming.
Yeah, great. Jesus, you look like you're straight out of JoJo.
So you're the client for the case? Indeed. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney.
Very jovial.
I will be representing you in court. This is my assistant, Raymond Shields.
Nice to meet you. I'll do my best to help you.
Relax, Raymond. Please excuse his jitters. He's working part-time at my office as an apprentice. I thought I'd let him assist me in this investigation.
Hello, Mario. How's it going?
So, Mr. Gregory and Raymond, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
Jumping here to another stream. That's cool.
My job involves saving my clients from crimes in which they were falsely accused. First, I should determine if he is truly innocent. First, I would like to know more about you. I've forgotten to introduce myself. My name is Jeffrey Master.
What? You mean you're Master Jeff? The world's greatest pastry chef, Jeff Master, the Master Chef? Jesus.
Yes, I am honored that you have heard of me. All my fans call me Master Jeff.
Wowzers! I'm totally starstruck. I can't believe I get to meet Master Jeff.
Raymond seems to know quite a bit about Mr. Master.
Master Jeff makes fantastic desserts while putting on a song and dance show. 5 o'clock every day on the Food Network.
What's for dessert today?
Please, people, sit down. Macaroons and waffles, light and fluffy. Chiffon. Oh, Jesus. Happiness, one and all. The sweetest temptations. There, where? Over there! Take a peek inside the oven. Ding. It's freshly baked desserts. The freaking guard in the back. I think this is the first time that guard has actually gone and done something other than stand there mindlessly. Jazz hands. Exactly.
I got caught up in their song myself.
Didn't look like it. Looked very stoic still.
Whoa! I'm so happy that I got to sing with Master Jeff. It's my dream come true. Oh, thank you. I am happy to hear that as well. Mr. Master Raymond, shall we return to the matter at hand? Yes, of course. My sincerest apologies for making you wait. And now, where should we start?
Well, first off, did you kill someone?
You are the world's greatest pastry chef, but you are also skilled in song and dance. Yes, when I'm having a good time, my body just moves to the rhythm by itself. You seem to enjoy making desserts from the bottom of your heart. Oh, if you don't have a good time making desserts, you won't make anything good.
That is true. A little bit of passion in your cooking does make for a better meal.
Creating desserts that bring happiness to one and all is my purpose in life.
Master Chef's desserts are practically works of art. They sparkle and look so delicious. He's famous for his dreamlike desserts.
Bringing happiness to all with his dreamlike desserts, huh?
Yes, yes. It is funny how it's just like, oh, there's a whole bunch of like very old and like dutiful type of individuals in this game, and they do not like this kind of like froofy nonsense. Again, Gregory just does not seem all that enticed by it.
The incident occurred in your estate, is that correct?
Yes! That's where the great dessert contest was being held.
Seems that the body was discovered in one of my
Oh, what? Wow, okay, was it that gigantic cake that we were looking at before? Because if that was not the case, we got a body that's chopped up in several pieces. Ah, yes, good. That appears to be some kind of a treasure chest. Never mind. They found it in one of your desserts?
For that reason, I was arrested by the detective in charge of the initial investigation. I would never do something as vile as robbing someone of their life. I'm certain that the police will also realize that they have made a mistake.
Really?
Do you know anything about the victim? He was a man named Isaac Dover. He was one of the competitors in the contest. He was a wonderful man who made desserts of the highest beauty. Why did he have to die?
I don't know, maybe we should ask some of the other contestants.
I see. He truly seems to be grieving over the victim's death.
Or not. He could, I mean, he does act on television. This could all be an act.
I believe I have a sufficient understanding of Mr. Master's personality. Mr. Master, before I accept your request, there is one final matter I must confirm. You did not kill Mr. Dover. Can I take your word for it?
Yes, that's correct. I did not kill him. No matter what happens, I would never take another person's life.
Those aren't the eyes of a liar.
Again, actor!
I understand. I believe you. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us. The pleasure is all mine. I'm grateful to speak with someone other than a detective.
Just nothing but stuffy coats and filth.
Next, we shall begin our investigation of the crime scene. We will report back with our findings once we have finished. Mr. Gregory Raymond, I wish you good luck.
Good day. Right, I'm going to take off the headphones that I have been using to monitor things, because everything sounds fine. And again, we don't seem to be having any kind of performance issues on Twitch. Now, once again, if you've got Google Chrome, I recommend watching the stream through Google Chrome tonight, because I'm testing the low latency. And if you see anything weird with the quality, let me know. December 24th, 6 o'clock p.m. Contest venue, Fountain Patio. Wow, I need to turn down my own headset real quick. Hold up. There we go. Anyway. Oh, it sure is cold outside. Didn't expect it to be snowing this hot.
Indeed, a blizzard like this will probably not clear up for a while.
But even so, this mansion is ginormous. So this is what Master Jeff's place is like, eh?
If you're going to hold a contest in your own home, you would need this much space after all.
La la la. What? Welcome. Thank you for coming. Ah, this is the lady group of the whole thing. Geek. Oh my, are you okay? I'm so very sorry. Would you happen to be Monsieur Edgeworth? Oh God, is this French?
Yes, I am Gregory Edgeworth.
And I'm his assistant, Raymond Shields. Greetings and welcome, Monsieur Edgeworth and Monsieur Shields. This is absolutely... okay, I'm gonna try and put on a French accent, maybe, but I'm terrible with French accents, I think. Please call me Catherine Howell. I'm in charge of the household affairs of the estate, and I'm also Monsieur Master's assistant. Ah, no way! You're the famous Kate, aren't you? You know me? Of course I do! I see you on TV all the time! I'm a big fan of Piece of Cake. Big fan of the shows. Oh, goodness, I'm glad to hear that you're a fan.
Tell me, what is this piece of cake? It certainly doesn't sound like a piece of cake.
It's a TV show that's hugely popular with the kids. Master Jeff and Kate sing and dance while they make delicious treats. And also tango. Just like this! What's for dessert today? Please stop. No more of these song bits that I don't have any idea what to do. Cookies and caramel, rich and feathery cream puffs. Let's make it together. A delectable paradise. Here, there, everywhere. You just open up the oven. Ding! It's time for dessert.
Again, just seems like fluff to me, but then again, I am 38 years old.
I think. Come to think of it. Oh hey, attorney's badge! Finally! Proof of my profession. Polishing it every day has become my routine. I'm not located in here. So here's Raymond. There's Mr. Masters, he's age 39. And Isaac Dover was 1 year behind him. Damn. I always practice along with the show.
Maybe I should tell my son about this show.
Please don't! You don't want him to become froofy like this. But man, doing this dance repeatedly sure works up your appetite. Ah, pardon my inconsideration. I've forgotten to take care of our guests. Please relax and have some tea. Just watch what you do with that. There could be some knockout drugs. Which might have been, you know, step one of killing and murdering.
Oh, this is some fine Ceylon tea.
Ceylon? Ceylon? I've never seen the name of that tea.
I hear the aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration.
I see. So this is what Ceylon tea smells. Oh, God. Okay, what's the pronunciation of that? If that's going to be a regular occurring thing, which I'm going to make the assumption that as soon as I press this, or multiple times, I have no idea, it's going to become evidence, I know, and I'm going to have to say it multiple times.
Oh, these sauces are chilled.
Yes, they help cool the tea more quickly for people who are bad with hot beverages.
I see. These teacups also have a wonderful design.
Oh, thank you very much. They are one of the few pride and joys of our state, ordered directly from France, yes. Figured. They were made by the famed sculptor Pierre Hoquet. They are my absolute favorite articles of tableware. I feel like I got like a tiny smidgen of German in there. Just a tad bit.
You seem to greatly appreciate this man's works.
Yes, they are like treasures to me.
She appears to be very honest about what she likes. Thank you, Miss Hall, but it's time for us to move on to business. Are there any details that you can give us about the incident?
Ah, you're right. I sometimes get so distracted welcoming guests that I forget myself. To tell the truth, I was the one who discovered Monsieur Dover's body. Bobby? See, now all I'm thinking is like a dummy in like a baby's mouth or something like that.
So you were the first one to discover the body? Is it true that the body was discovered in one of Mr. Master's desserts?
Yes, it was during the judging of the Great Dessert Contest. I heard the sound of something breaking from Monsieur Master's room.
Oh.
Monsieur Master! Are you in there?
Oh dear.
Eek! When I looked inside the room, I saw Monsieur Dover's body inside the treasure chest.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to have made you recall such painful memories.
No, I should be the one apologizing for not being much help.
Now then, I believe it's time for us to start investigating the crime scene.
Monsieur Edgeworth, Monsieur Shields, please find some way to save Monsieur Master. Monsieur Master is not someone who could commit murder.
Yes, of course.
Just leave it to us.
Then I shall entrust it to you. If you'll excuse me, I have to continue serving tea to the other inspectors.
Raymond, let's head to the crime scene.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. She did it. I'm calling it right now. I feel like she did it. Oh, hello. December 24th, 6:30 p.m. Contest venue, Master's Room.
Wow, this whole thing is made of chocolate. I can't believe I'm actually seeing Master Jeff's desserts up close.
And it's quite the broken one.
Were this not the scene of a murder, I admit I too would have delighted in this occasion.
Oh, now that you've reminded me it's a murder scene, I'm getting shivers down my spine.
Perhaps it's because this room is cold to begin with.
Ah, nice, so that the chocolate doesn't melt. Good.
Now that you mention it, this really is... Achoo!
I'm missing a lot of lines because I'm using a lot of new voices. Hi! Never expected the defense attorney to show up so early.
Mm-hmm. I'm an ace attorney, sir. Pleased to meet you. I'm Jeff Masters' defense attorney, Gregory Edgeworth. This is my assistant, Raymond.
How do you do? Detective Tyrell Bad, homicide.
Mr. Bad, the detective, in charge of this case. A man of few words.
What the fuck? Tastes kind of bitter. He ate the paper?
He likes to digest his memos in his stomach as well as his mind. It's just a strange habit of his. Please don't be too concerned.
I hope it's a habit he's kind of shaken off. Holy shit.
It would probably be too much to ask him not to be concerned at all.
Paper cuts. Many paper cuts.
More importantly, Detective Bad, will you give us permission to participate in the investigation?
Permission denied.
Why? Mr. Edgeworth is Master Jeff's defense attorney.
Defense attorneys plant false evidence to try and get their not guilty verdict. I don't want their kind to disturb the crime scene.
Mr. Edgeworth would never use false evidence to defend his client.
I can't trust that coming from a defense attorney.
Do the police still suspect Mr. Master even after the investigation?
If we didn't, we wouldn't have arrested him.
I believe that Mr. Master is innocent. That's why I have come to investigate.
Believing in his innocence without investigating the crime scene? How naive.
That's just how defense lawyers work in this world, please. Yes. Let me view the place.
That's why I would like your permission to investigate. By investigating the crime scene, I want to ascertain if my thinking was naive or not.
So you don't intend to leave until you've investigated the crime scene?
Yes.
Typical. Fine then. I will give you permission to investigate the crime scene.
Thank you.
On what conditions? But I'll be accompanying you. I can't trust you defense attorneys after all. If you understand that, you can begin your investigation.
That's a lollipop?
I'm a little surprised myself.
Yeah, quite the softy, this guy. And also, serial, well, basically serial thief as well.
All right, let's begin the investigation, Raymond. Be sure to take notes of the case.
And try not to eat them. Leave it to me, Mr. Edgeworth. Just begin already. Right. Well, before we look at the murder scene, let's actually take a look around the room. You look serious.
Excuse me, but you are...
Holy shit! What the hell kind of accent do I give to you? I don't know. He seems a bit like a Japanese chef of sorts.
My apologies, I was meditating. What did you ask, Sir Detective? Actually, I'm a defense attorney. My name is Gregory Edgeworth.
I'm his assistant, Raymond.
Pardon my late intrusion. My name is Dane Gustavia. I am one of the pastry chefs participating in this contest.
What kind of desserts do you make, Mr. Gustavia? Whoa. Some pretty serious ones. Holy shit! Nice.
My specialty is making desserts out of candy.
Oh, what a cute seahorse!
It was meant to be a dragon dancing in the sky.
This is a dragon.
I think it would fit better in the ocean than in the sky. I know all too well that design is my weak point. I plan to study design.
This is almost Russian shit.
I plan to study design and undergo training in Zhangfa once things settle down here.
Zhangfa, holy shit.
I probably shouldn't touch the subject of design any further. Mr. Gustavia, if you aren't related to the investigation, why are you in this room?
I feel like I need to come up with a different accent for this guy, or at least, like, adjust it a tad bit. I'm just trying to remember, like, I'm not really usually around any kind of restaurants that would involve, like, a sous chef or something like that. Oh, screw it, I'll just stick with this for a little while. One thing that just recently popped in my head is that the horrible accent for the guy who runs the City Walk in South Park, but I'm not going to do that. Welcome to City Walk. No, I'm not horrible.
Sir Detective wanted to know more about the desserts.
I mean, I might as well. Maybe I could just give him a Russian accent. That would work.
Wanted to know more about the desserts in the room, so he asked me to come. Since he's one of the contestants, he might know something. Mr. Gustavia, those instruments you use are quite useful.
I'll say. What's he gonna make now? Chicken! Gustavia has a good theme. It's pretty good.
These instruments are called candy pumps, and they pump air into the candy.
They kinda look like swords. They're so cool.
Indeed, ever since I began using them, no day has gone by where I didn't receive a burn or wound. That's why I wear red clothes, so that not a single stain will ever show on me. Making desserts is serious business. I am always training. Does he injure himself because he hasn't trained enough?
Probably. But, are you gonna try and stop him? I don't think so. Also, how the heck do you leave such a ridiculous scar over your eye while cooking? I'm trying to think of the backstory on that one.
Can you tell me about the great dessert contest that was held here? From the looks of this room, it seems the desserts weren't just for eating. The exhibition Sir Master held was a contest in the art of dessert.
Probably cut himself with the pump. Likely, I have a hard time seeing someone cutting themselves. You know what? Nope. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna shut up because I remember I've cut myself on stupider things. I remember I cut myself on a set of tongs. So I'm gonna shut my mouth. The art of dessert?
Desserts that are true works of art, made solely out of edible materials. The works of art in this room are all made from desserts.
Now that you mention it, the whole room is filled with the smell of chocolate.
Sir Master exhibits great talent in both flavor and design. If you are not able to surpass Sir Master in flavor and design, you will not be able to win.
Beating the world's greatest pastry chef is pretty hard, isn't it?
In other words, I can surpass Sir Master. I shall become the world's greatest pastry chef. That was the prize of this contest. The prize is the title of the world's greatest? In addition to that, there is also Sir Master's treasured Angel's recipe. If you want to learn more about the contest, just look at this piece of paper. These were the rules that were given to the participants of the contest.
Sweet. I think I'll take a look at that right now, actually. Okay, the prizes are title of the world's greatest pastry chef and the Angel's recipe. The rules. Contestants' rooms will be judged starting from the left. Afterwards, all parties will meet in Jeff's room. Good stuff, yeah, I'm a lawyer. Pretty much. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Entering another contestant's room before the judging is done is prohibited. Okay. Funny enough, this kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen that one video clip of that one Japanese game show where they set somebody in the middle of a room, and the goal is to try and find whatever item in the room is made of chocolate, but it's hidden in such a way that you probably wouldn't guess unless you were really crafty about it. And particularly the video clip, the famous video clip is of one guy walking up to a door and seeing that the knob looks kind of suspicious, taking a bite out of it. I think the idea is you're supposed to take a bite, and if it doesn't turn out to be chocolate, you're just biting something that's an actual piece of furniture. Well, he bit into the doorknob, and the doorknob snapped off, and it was chocolate. And then his look afterwards is just smug. That's kind of what I'm reminded of with this, except opposite. So maybe we can find some actual, like, physical items. Oh, why the heck not? I'm a lawyer.
That bench has a rather artistic design. My craftsman spirit is shaking. Mind if I borrow it for a while?
Yes, I mind.
Sorry, this is rather important to me. It would be unbearable if I got hurt in the candy-making process.
Probably. I don't know, what would he end up doing? I feel like he would get, like, a vacuum mold or something, and just take the shape of it, and then head it back, and... See, I don't know. You would need to have, like, multiples of these if you wanted to make a vacuum mold of multiples of these shapes. Either that, or you could make, like, individual chocolates one by one by one by one. That would be annoying.
Sorry, but I do not know much about the incident. I only learned about the incident after the judging had finished.
How was the contest judging carried out?
Let's see. Sir Master started judging at 3 p.m. Starting from my room, the judging proceeded in a clockwise direction.
Ooh, very neat.
I used the room to the right of Sir Master's room, which is the room we're in now. Next, the room of a female pastry chef named Delicia was judged.
A female pastry chef. What kind of person is she?
A female pastry chef. Get the fluff out of your ears. She is a frightening woman who would do anything to achieve her goal. I heard she used lots of cream to make a fantasy-themed dessert.
This is great. This is almost like watching an episode of, one of those stupid, like, cake decorating shows, and just seeing all the individual takes on stuff.
And lastly, Sir Dovo's room was judged. These works were frozen statues made from sherbet.
Hal discovered the body in the middle of Gustavia's judging. She panicked, and because she immediately notified the police. Master continued judging without knowledge that the body had been discovered. As a result, Master judged Dover's room in Dover's absence.
It's Cake Boss, but with murder. Honestly, I think Cake Boss has something involved background-wise with murder. Mostly because of the accents, and because there's got to be some kind of mafia thing involved with it. This is mi familia.
Seems we have plenty of room to suspect Master.
I'm lacking in information. It's probably too early to object. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you talking to Mr. Gustavia about earlier?
I was asking him about the chocolate frame hanging on that wall. I thought something was missing.
The frame? There's a flame that's missing on one of the candles.
I thought if I asked someone who knew a lot about desserts, I could get an answer. Although, thanks to your arrival, I still haven't gotten my answer yet.
Well then, since you've been waiting for so long, we can ask him about it right now.
I guess you don't understand sarcasm.
Mr. Gustavia, can you assist us with this matter? I train in the art of desserts every day. If you have a question about desserts, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you very much.
A dessert in the shape of a candle holder. It's titled Light of Life.
It seems that one of these important lights isn't lit. Is it symbolic or...
I think that chocolate is missing, but you can make such a beautiful picture out of chocolate? As expected of Master Jeff.
Is this really chocolate? It looks like an actual picture to me. Impressive, Sir Attorney. You know this well. This picture of an angel is not a dessert, but rather the angel's recipe. The angel's recipe? The prize for the contest?
This picture isn't made of chocolate?
Indeed, within this chocolate frame lies a recipe book. Sir Master told everyone when he explained the rules of the contest to us in this room. So the contestants knew the recipe was here.
How about it? This frame, don't you think it's missing something?
Oh yeah, there's a little piece of leaf or whatnot missing from it.
This must be what Detective Bad was asking Mr. Gustavia about earlier. This chocolate frame, there does seem to be a part missing.
That's what's been bothering me as well.
What's missing?
Let me show Raymond the part of the chocolate frame that's missing.
Pretty obvious.
Take that!
I like that voice.
Look closely at this part of the decoration. Can you see that one of them is missing?
It's true! It's different from the other decorations.
This imperfect balance in the decoration is not like Sir Master.
Upon closer examination, it seems this frame is not the only one with missing parts. We need to investigate further.
Well, again, why is there a piece of candle missing as well? And what kind of stupid symbolic stuff's happening?
All the desserts in this room each have one part missing.
Whoa! The candle holder and the sailing tools are all damaged as well. Wait, was it sailing tools? Or did I read that wrong? I feel like I read that wrong. So someone tampered with the crime scene. For what end? Did somebody just get hungry? Is it like... Oh. Hopefully, like, the desserts in here aren't as disgusting as, like, what fondant ends up becoming.
Perhaps.
Maybe Master vandalized the room himself to fool us.
Master Jeff wouldn't do that sort of thing to his desserts.
Tampered desserts. I wonder if they're connected to the incident. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Well, we've already checked this thing, but...
Candle holder. Titled Light of Life.
Symbolic or... Meh. What's this thing back here? It's red.
Oh, it's a fire alarm. What the hell?
This is a fire alarm.
Let me say in advance, that's not a dessert. It's the real deal. If you press that, an alarm will sound, and security will be contacted. I understand that you want to press it to see what happens, but please restrain yourself.
No, I didn't particularly feel like pressing it.
It's because you're a defense attorney.
I don't think being a defense attorney has anything to do with it.
Okay, so we've got some pen and ink kind of thing. Quill, ink. The captain's log of a chocolate ship, which is also made out of chocolate. It seems the title is Journal of Regret.
Running out of rum while drifting at the Red Sea has really made me red with regret, it reads. I don't know what kind of voyage it was, but it doesn't seem very regretful.
And then we got this thing. I mean, supposedly, I haven't inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny at this stage. Okay, what about the frame itself?
This picture of an angel is not a dessert, but rather the angel's recipe.
Prize for the Oh, wait, have I already done this? Everyone when he explained the rules. Okay, yeah, I've already done this. Can I very specifically take a look at the spot where... Hold on a minute. That's a fingerprint, isn't it?
These finger marks are...
These are unidentified finger marks. We don't know who they belong to, since no fingerprints were left behind.
Finger marks without fingerprints? These might be related to the case.
Very well. It's a mystery! Ooh! He was probably wearing gloves. Duh! Detective Bad lacks dreams and romance.
I don't think there are dreams of romance at a murder scene.
Achoo!
Are you alright, Raymond?
God, this room is way too cold. Well, I'm in my trench coat, so fuck you, buddy.
The fountain patio wasn't very warm either. This room certainly is cold. Do you want to wear my coat?
Nope, I'm fine. Because that's something that you promised to give me when I become a defense attorney.
That's right.
Why is the temperature turned down so low?
It's been turned down in order to maintain the chocolate's temperature. Why don't you try opening the panel cover on that wall?
Panel cover? Yay, we're going to melt the ship! Whoa! There's a secret panel hidden there!
This control panel is installed in all the rooms Sir Master prepared. So as not to detract from the desert's presentation, the cover was closed to conceal it. What does the panel do? It allows you to change the temperature and the lighting in the room. In order to preserve any type of dessert, it can go down to about minus 22 Fahrenheit.
Shit.
The room would be like a freezer.
Heck of a thing. Set to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. No wonder I thought it was cold. Detective Bad, I'm not allowed to change the temperature, am I? For preservation's sake, don't. Yes, preserving the crime scene is the foundation of being a detective. But I'm not a detective.
A defense attorney can't recklessly damage a crime scene either. Indeed, Sir Assistant. Enduring hardships is also a part of training. In order to preserve chocolate, 59 degrees Fahrenheit to 64 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature.
The ideal temperature for chocolate, as expected of the desert chef.
No, it is but a trifle. This is basic knowledge that anyone should know if they are a dessert chef.
So, what's the ideal temperature for candy and fresh cream?
As long as you watch out for humidity and high temperatures, candy shouldn't melt. For fresh cream, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature.
You need to watch out for the humidity and hot temperatures for candy. I see.
Detective Bad seemed a bit happy when they were talking about candy.
Is candy one of his favorite things?
I mean, certainly. But I feel like he knows something. Alright, so now we know everything about this area, I suppose. We could look at it now, I guess.
It seems that this control panel can change the temperature and the color of the lights in this room.
The colors are red, yellow, green, blue, cyan, and white. That sure is a lot. This room's temperature is 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and the lights are set to white.
It's because the works in the room are made of chocolate. By using white light, the chocolate can stand out.
For Mr. Master, everything in this room is probably a piece of art.
Okay, so we know about that stuff. What other random nonsense is just sitting around? See plenty of pots and stuff here.
Elegant tableware and cookware are plated on the counter. It looks like the same tea set Miss Hall was using earlier.
Oh, yay. Yep, the tea is going to come back. Like I said, the pronunciation of that tea. I don't know what it is. Was Master Jeff drinking this black tea? Oh, this tea shit. Only Jeff Master's fingerprints were found.
Were his fingerprints found on any of the other cookware?
The cookware was washed. Nobody's fingerprints remained.
Or he might have been cooking with gloves on.
Why?
It seems the only thing here with his fingerprints is the tea set.
Very well. So we got that going on with us. Oh, hey, gloves! Master used these gloves while making his desserts. They hid his fingerprints.
Certainly it's possible that they were used for that purpose. But wouldn't you agree that finding cooking gloves in the kitchen is perfectly natural?
Don't doubt everything. That's my job. Fair enough. Okay, so we've got... Whoa, my god. Telescopes and all this stuff and cool stuff.
It appears to be a display of sailing equipment.
There's also the possibility that one of these is the murder weapon.
No, it looks like these pieces were all made out of chocolate.
Killed with chocolate.
You can't beat someone to death with these.
Misleading.
At any rate, they all have such good workmanship that they look just like the real thing. It really speaks about the level of skill Mr. Master had in his craft.
Has in his craft, rather. He's not the one that's dead.
What are you investigating?
Sir, I'm checking the temperature of the stream. What have you learned? Sir, the stream has only got 2 seconds of lag, sir. The stream has warm water. Very interesting. So, warm water coming off of the stream, but they needed to keep the place cool. I mean, things do not necessarily freeze until they're at least at about like 30 degrees, so I don't really know why the water has to be warm. As well as, wouldn't a warm stream just cause a whole bunch of steam to like kick up in the air? I feel like they could have made things a little bit easier on people and maybe up the temperature a bit and kept the stream to a reasonable level. Whatever. The stream is connected to the fountain in the patio and runs through every room.
It's an unusual construction for a room.
The minds of the rich, I'll never understand. And then, well, there's you. What about over here? Was there nothing suspicious in the cupboard? No, sir. So there was something... Oh, no, only things like cooking burners and tableware were placed there. I see. Defense attorney, was there nothing that you noticed?
No.
So you did notice something?
Oh, no, I didn't notice anything.
Everyone's always giving replies that are difficult to understand. It's not that difficult to understand. There's nothing there.
I think it's your way of asking that's bad.
Let's see, and then we got a whole bunch more chocolate items.
It appears to be a display of sailing equipment.
There's also the possibility that one of these is the murder weapon.
No, it looks like... Oh, wait.
More sailing equipment made out of chocolate. Alright, let's Let's check out the ground, crown piece of the whole thing. Oh dear.
So this is where the body was discovered.
Yeah. The body has been removed. But otherwise, the crime scene has remained untouched. Okay, well, I see a silvery looking thing in the box. But before I do that...
To build such a large ship out of chocolate is magnificent.
As expected of Master Jeff, I want to try eating it. Although I have no idea where to start eating it from. And also when diabetes will kick in. Anywhere should be fine, but if you start eating the crime scene, I'll make you leave. Oh, don't glare at me. Can't you tell I was just a joke?
I'd like Raymond to be just a little bit calmer.
Okay. That's where the body was.
It seems that the body was discovered inside the chocolate treasure chest.
The person who discovered it was Miss Hall. Yep, like we heard. Massive scream.
Monsieur Master, are you in here?
Yipes! She heard the sound of something breaking inside this room and came in. Oh. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Though I will say, it partially almost looks intentional. Though I don't remember a whole lot of treasure chests breaking open in Folklore, but whatever.
I would like a little more information about this. What's this? Something has been dropped inside the treasure chest. This is... It seems to be some kind of seal, with a design and initials carved into it.
Looks like a signet crest. Was it the victims?
I don't know if it...
Okay, I don't know if it was the victims, but we should take it for now. That's weird. I don't recognize it what I'm thinking is this might be like a chocolate press or something, or a way to like mark something. Sort of looks like it. A very tiny initial type of device. Anywho, chocolate sign.
The voyage of the good ship Red Rum is written here.
It sailed the 7 seas, and in the end finally found a huge treasure. Modeled after the glory of an ancient adventurer. It's written here.
So he failed 6 times, one unlucky captain.
No matter how many times he went on a fool's errand, in the end, he reached the truth. It's just like a detective's spirit.
Did detectives even exist during the ancient times?
Maybe not in title. I could definitely see someone being appointed just being like, "Hey, Joey, you're the smart one. Figure this out."
To build such a
large ship out of chocolate is magnificent. Master Jeff. Looks like the exact same thing. Okay. And then this freaking tidal wave looks amazing. I want to eat every... God damn it. Now I just want to go out and buy chocolate. This game is ruining me. Okay, fine. So, logic. Breaking sound. Oh, there's... Oh, wait, no. What was the sound came from? I mean, I can very clearly see that it was the ship that crashed through the box, but... Tampered in several places. I feel like I need to figure out some more stuff before I do this. Because those things don't seem to look like they connect at all. Yeah. Can I examine this further? Probably not. Oh, wait. Apparently I can. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking thingy. Anchor? Nope, this is just stuff about the ship again. There's nothing to, like, deduce, or, nothing to, contradict. And we've already looked inside that... Am I supposed to look, like, directly at the chest in some capacity? Body was discovered inside the chocolate chest, and then the screaming thing. Yeah, I've been there. Done that! Boink. And then, of course, we found that, okay, maybe I'm supposed to, like, go and investigate that, perhaps. Does this design hold any special meaning? I think it might. Perhaps. Oh, can also... Oh, I can check this. Let's see, examine.
This is a rather splendid design.
You think so? Seems a little eccentric to me. I'm not even sure how you pour the tea out of it.
Rather than the practicality of the design, focus on its artistic merits.
Mr. Edgeworth's art sense is too high for me to understand. That is absolutely right. Here, I'm going to go ahead and use my mouse for this because it's easier. Strange things going down. Oh, hello. Aha! Knew it. There's an engraving on the bottom of it. It says PH.
It's the initials of the creator, Pierre Hoquet. Miss Hull and Mr. Master seem to be a big fan of the sculptor's work.
Initials, huh? If it were mine, it'd be RS.
Why don't you try carving your initials on your own belongings?
You could do that. Okay, well now I know for a fact that that's exactly what that mark is. So my first impression is that somehow... So hold the phone. So his name's Isaac Dover. Are we sure that this isn't some sort of a, pretend thing going on here? Oh shit, it's that boy. Anyway. I have the strange suspicion that this is actually, artist in disguise and somehow managed to get his hands on, like, a way to get into this contest. Son of a bitch. I've been playing too much Nintendo Switch. I'm trying to back out. Okay, what other things could I possibly do here? You have anything to say? This is an actual crime scene. I'm so excited. You wouldn't be if there was a body.
This isn't a game, Raymond. Please be more serious.
Yes, sir. I'm taking a memo right now.
Oh, what exactly are you writing?
Copying down this dessert recipe over here. Shut your face.
Raymond, please be more serious.
Yes, sir. You got anything more? I feel like probably not. Though I could present stuff to you, maybe. It seems like presenting stuff at this stage of the game hasn't lent me much of anything, but...
My apologies. I was meditating. What did you ask, Sir Detective? I'm a defense attorney, and about this piece of evidence? Meditating again? I guess if it doesn't catch his interest greatly, he won't even give it a glance.
Well, crap. Well, this is interesting. Okay, alright. So there's that. Do you have any ideas? Here, how do you reach Detective Bat again? I think I just... Here. I just click on that.
What?
You notice anything?
Your way of investigating is too soft. An investigation is like a popsicle. Walk around the crime scene and investigate. Talk with the people involved. If you do that, little by little, you'll lick it down to its core. And the truth will be written on the end of the popsicle stick. I pray that it doesn't say the truth was lost for all eternity.
Hopefully not. The thing is, for the most part, I haven't seen a whole lot of elements of the game where you absolutely have to, like, talk with people. Not really. That'd be a heck of a twist, because I really didn't do much of that at all in the original Ace Attorney investigation, so, I don't know. More sailing equipment. A little bit flummoxed, because I don't know what... I suppose I could try and mix those two pieces of logic together, but they don't seem to connect. What was the sound that came from the master's room? The dessert's getting tampered? No. Okay, I figured not.
Seems these two pieces of information aren't connected. Seems I was a bit too hasty in jumping to conclusions.
Well, that's what I thought, but hey, now I know for sure.
The good ship Red Room or the Red Sea is what's written on the sign. Seems to be the theme for all the works in this room. Starting with the central ship and the treasure chest, every piece has a connection to sailing. It's a magnificent and elegant theme that complements Mr. Master's style.
Okay, we know that now. Oh, anything else to do with the stuff back here? Nope, already checked. Okay, so already checked. Gotcha. But this. I won't rest. So, clearly there's something else I'm supposed to be doing. Here. Was there something specifically over here that I wasn't... Maybe like the individual chocolate pieces? Aha! Here we go.
It seems that the stand supporting the ship has been broken.
There! Now I have my bit. The ship tipped over and broke the treasure chest, didn't it? Maybe. Could the victim have been crushed by the ship and killed?
If that were the case, this would have been an accidental death.
You two aren't serious about that, right?
Well, we were only discussing one of the possibilities.
I was being pretty serious, though. Yeah, right.
Detective Bad, I would like you to tell me about the state of the victim.
If you mean a photo of the body, here, look at it. All you like. Very well. Oh, that is a bloody mess. It seems the victim was beaten to death with a blunt object. Are there multiple hits?
Has the murder weapon been found?
You should try asking the prosecutor in charge later.
Who's the prosecutor in charge?
Oh, right. No, that's Manfred. Never mind. Sorry. Somewhere in my brain, I completely missed that first part.
It seems he doesn't intend to tell me, frankly. So, may I borrow this photograph?
Sure. It's not a photo that was taken by the police. Miss Hall took a photo of the body with an instant camera when she discovered it. An instant camera? Is that like a disposable camera?
An instant camera is a camera that can develop its film right after taking a picture.
Such a convenient camera exists?
Anyway, let's go over the state of the crime scene a bit. This photo, upon closer examination, contradicts the state of the crime scene. I'll have to deduce that contradiction to resolve this matter.
Very nice. Well then, can I take a close look at this again? Well, okay. Let me take a look at the picture real quick, so maybe I can piece it together. So clearly the victim's body was found in a treasure chest made of chocolate in Jeff Master's room. Cause of death seems to be a hard blow to the head by a blunt object, and then there's this. Was the chest directly made out of chocolate and sealed? And it was just, like, hollow inside it? I'm trying to take a look at this, and I don't know. It's not a whole boatload of things going on. Although I do notice that the thumbnail and the actual picture are slightly different. I'm not sure why. That's probably going to come into play somehow. Body was discovered by police. Alright. So, perhaps... Let's just try to deduce a thing. I'm going to say this is what I need to deduce, totally. And then... Well, okay, wait. Let me check this one more time. I mean, the break in the chest is relatively exactly the same. So So I don't think there's anything particularly weird going on with that. Huh. I don't know.
Eureka! This part is contradictory. It contradicts this piece of evidence.
The ship is confectionery. How sweet. Otherwise, we could board the ship and sail down the Chocolate River.
What an unpleasant dismissal.
Okay. So... seems like something that was here before isn't anymore. I mean, well, the body, clearly, but that's not right. Was there something specifically in that picture that, Let me see. Alright, hold on. Maybe I wasn't paying much attention. The crest? I don't even know. Oh boy. I think I got something wrong here. Hold up. Alright. I think I need to take a look, a really, really close look at the picture. Okay. So there's the anchor, there's the pole, there's the chest, there's the body. The one thing that's actually missing in this entire thing is the body. Clearly. Is that it? And if that's the case, well then what the hell are you trying to prove? Does it have anything to do with... Well, hold up. No, because I was just thinking about maybe the lid, but the lid is down here now, it looks. It looks like it was moved for the sake of getting the body out. So, not that. There's that one piece of chocolate. The blood? Perhaps? Maybe they cleaned up the blood? I don't even... Or maybe that... Well... Okay, that's more about that stuff about the body. The blood and the part underneath that would have been covered by blood seems to be missing, so maybe that has something to do with it. And then there's that pin here. I'm gonna focus more directly on this spot here. Blood missing.
Are you sure the only thing the police removed from the crime scene was the body?
They also took away that piece of cloth the body was wrapped in.
In that case, a major contradiction has been created at the crime scene.
Contradiction?
Detective Bad, please take a look at the crime scene carefully once more. The blood stain that should have remained at the crime scene has disappeared.
I definitely didn't get any reports about the blood stain being cleaned up. I'll check with forensics. Mr. Edgeworth, what happened?
Comparing the photo and the crime scene, something struck me as being out of place. In the photo, the chocolate underneath the body remained intact inside the treasure chest. However, in the actual crime scene, it's missing.
The chocolate with the blood stain has completely vanished.
Yes. Did the police remove it, or was this the work of the criminal?
Who knows?
According to forensics, no one...
According to forensics, no one has cleaned up any bloodstains.
I see. Well, that would mean someone erased the bloodstain.
Who knows? The plot, it thickens. Just like his blood. Is that everything that I'm supposed to be doing here? Let me check. Already checked. Good. So that spot is done. Any more pieces of logic I can throw together? Oh my god, yes I can. So the breaking sound was clearly the broken stand.
Due to the broken stand, the ship lost its balance. It would seem Miss Hall entered the room upon hearing the ship collapse.
Yeah, when Miss Hall entered the room, the ship had already fallen over.
At any rate, I wonder why the stand broke.
Maybe there was something wrong with the ship's balance in the first place.
Is that really true?
But this is a master craftsman. Why would he make such a horrible mistake like that? Well, now that I think about it, a whole lot of those cake type of shows and dessert type shows, they tend to make stands that are really rickety as all hell. And then it's a big part of the entire thing being like, okay, so now you got to take your cake and you have to move it over to the platform over here. And if you can't do that, you fail. So I don't know. Why did the stand broke? The ship fell over because the stand broke. Why did it break? The victim appeared to have been beaten to death with a blunt object. The desserts Mr. Master made were damaged and You know, I didn't have anything to do with this. Probably not. I mean, out of maybe some kind of weird rarity, he did get beaten to death by the ship. Nope. Crap.
Two pieces are not connected. Shit.
Okay. Desserts Mr. Master made. Okay. Well, now I need to figure out just... Do any of these things connect, or do I need to get, like, one more piece of evidence to make this work? Because none of them really seem to piece together properly in my head. Ship fell over because the stand broke. Why did it break? Maybe it was tampered with. There we go. Okay. I was kind of questioning myself there. It's just like, does that make sense? Okay, yes it does.
Each of Mr. Master's works had a piece that was missing. Add to that fact that the ship's chocolate stand was broken, I think we can surmise that someone ransacked this room.
And the one who did it could be the true culprit.
That I don't know. But I think it's safe to say that the ship's stand got broken when the room was ransacked. And when the ship fell over, it broke the treasure chest lid. I expect that the lid of the treasure chest was originally closed.
Hooray! Not a moment too soon.
Seems our investigation of this room is just about over.
Okay, crime scene notes updated. The body was recovered by the police. What the herpety? I suppose I could take a really quick look at that. This should make it clear Jeff Master is the culprit. Does it make it clear? I'm not entirely sure. Found in treasure chest made of chocolate in Jeff Master's room. Cause of death seems to be a hard blow to the head by a blunt object. Some circumstances are unclear regarding the part of the treasure chest and the bloodstain. Desserts in Mr. Master's room have one part missing. Before the ship's fall, the treasure chest's lid was closed. Whole lot of confusion still. Why? All the rooms in this mansion were locked from the inside. And the only way to open them from the outside was to use this key to the mansion.
Do you know who had the key?
Master was the only one with the key. There were no spare keys. Oh, crud. Well, do we have a master locksmith somewhere? By using the mentioned key, Master could enter all the contestants' rooms. Of course, the key could also lock his room from the outside.
However, Mr. Master's room is currently unlocked.
Yeah, that's why I suspect Master is the culprit.
I'd like to hear your reason in more detail.
Yay, Battle of Wits. If the body had been found in a locked room, Master would have been the prime suspect. That's why Master made sure to leave the door to his own room unlocked. And to ensure that the body would be seen, Master broke the lid of the treasure chest. After the judging, everyone was scheduled to meet in Master's room. That would have created the impression that the murder had occurred while he was away. Clever, but we'll see. Contrary to his expectations, the body was discovered by Miss Hall. That's my reason for suspecting Master. Get that, Ace Attorney?
So you also think it was Mr. Master himself who vandalized this room?
Yeah. You defense attorneys believe that justice lies in trusting your clients, but I'm a detective. If I believed every poor sap's story, I'd let the suspicious ones get away.
I understand your reasoning thoroughly. However, I'd like you to hear my thoughts on the subject now.
Fine.
Detective Bad believes that he is right, but I won't give up so easily. I can't accept his reasoning. I'll have to show him evidence that contradicts it.
Well, we'll see if that works out. Though it's save time now, so.
Put down roots.
There we go. Is the quality still good? I'm looking forward to when they finally manage to integrate the low latency stuff to other browsers. Like, I'm kind of a Firefox person myself, so I don't know. Anyway,
Body had been found in a locked room. Master would have been the prime suspect.
Hold it. Isn't it a little premature to suspect Mr. Master on those grounds alone?
It's a little premature for you to be objecting. Just wait until I'm done. That's why Master made sure to leave the door to his own room unlocked.
He left it unlocked?
If the door had been locked, Master would be the only one who could commit the crime.
well, maybe the door just happened to be unlocked.
Then maybe the body just happened to be lying in the open, waiting to be discovered. Runt, do you think you can become a good detective with logic like that?
I don't want to be a detective. I want to be a defense attorney.
I hope he isn't trying to steal my apprentice.
Master had a reason to leave the door unlocked. And to ensure the body would be seen, Master broke the lid on the treasure chest.
You believe the broken lid was Mr. Master's doing?
Yes, if he hadn't done that, the body wouldn't have been found.
Doesn't seem likely that he would break his own work while he was judging the contest.
That's right. Master Jeff would never waste a good dessert. On piece of cake, he even eats them while dancing.
That TV show is irrelevant here.
Detective Bad, you know about piece of cake? When I didn't even know of it?
What? Oh, this is a surprise. So, do you sing the song too?
That's irrelevant. Anyway, the one who broke the lid on the treasure chest was Master. After the judging, everyone was scheduled to meet in Master's room.
The judging began in Mr. Gustavi's room, right?
Yeah. I too was looking forward to seeing his candy craft.
If you would like, I can put on the display for my candy craft for you right now.
What's he going to make? Horsey, horsey. Oh, piggy.
What do you think? It represents Sir Detective.
Is that supposed to be a police dog?
No, no, no! This is a wolf!
Again, it looks a little bit more like a pig, mainly due to the fact that it's like pale as all hell.
A lone wolf. Not bad.
What would my candy form be? I'm kind of curious myself.
Moving on. That would have created the impression that the murder had occurred while he was away.
Do you know the time of the murder?
We're still waiting on the autopsy report.
Without the autopsy report, how could you have arrested Mr. Master?
We don't know the time of death, but we do know when the body was discovered. It was discovered while Master was judging Dane Gustavia's room. I believe he let the body be discovered to create an alibi.
But that alone is not enough to arrest Mr. Master, right?
Who knows? That's all I intend to say.
Detective Bad, are you hiding something? Detective Bad seems adamant that Mr. Master is the culprit.
I don't think Master Jeff would have broken his own creations. But why was the treasure chest broken then?
Just think back to the situation in which the body was found. In doing so, we should be able to see the contradiction in Bad's reasoning.
Contradiction in Bad's reasoning. So that's what we're looking for. His reasoning of why. Ensure that the body would be seen. Master broke the lid of the treasure chest. Well, the actual, discovery of the treasure. Let me see. There's the contest rules. Let me take a look at the crime scene notes really quick here. The victim's body was found in a treasure chest made of chocolate in Jeff Master's room. Cause of death seems to be a hard blow to the head by a blunt object. Circumstances are unclear regarding the part of the treasure chest and a blood stain. Each of the desserts in Mr. Master's room have one part missing. Where the ship's fall, the treasure chest lid was closed, and then there's this. I don't know. It seems to be hinting at the idea that there is something in regards to the actual discovery of the treasure chest that is a contradiction. Teapot? Right. No, nothing about with that. The rules of the contest are written on... Okay, let me take a look at the rules real quick, because I feel like maybe the rules of the contest are really going to come into play here. Contestants' rooms will be judged starting from the left. Afterwards, all parties will meet in Jeff's room. Do we have a map of where all the rooms are located? I don't remember the actual... Oh, well, I suppose this is Jeff's teapot, so it was located in here. Okay, no, you're right, Overthinking. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Entering another contestant's room before the judging is done... well, if you're planning on doing murder, that doesn't make any kind of difference. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Okay. Interesting. Well, no. Let me take a look at the setup of all of the prompts again. If the body had been found in a locked room, Master would have been the prime suspect. That's why Master made sure to leave the door to his own room unlocked. And to ensure that the body would be seen, Master broke the lid of the treasure chest. Does that make a lick of sense? Couldn't he have just murdered him and left him sitting somewhere? This seems oddly convoluted. After the judging, everyone was scheduled to meet in Master's room. And that's absolutely correct, because this is his room. That would have created the impression that the murder had occurred while he was away. It certainly would. Hold up. Actually, I'm going to read that end part one more time. Adamant that Mr. Master's the culprit. Why was the treasure chest broken then? Just thinking back to the situation in which the body was found. In doing so, we should be able to see the contradiction in Bad's reasoning. Kind of picking my brain here. May have to start answering some things here. If the body had been found in the locked room, Master would have been the prime suspect. That's why Master made sure to leave the door to his own room unlocked. Ensure that the body would be seen, Master broke the lid to the I think this might be what I'm supposed to be presenting on. Hmm. The mansion key. The only key that can unlock the rooms in the mansion was in Mr. Master's possession. Meh. Does it have something to do with the crime scene specifically? Let me try this.
Objection.
That's right. I'm not 100% sure why that's right. But it's right.
Originally, the victim's body was hidden inside the chocolate treasure chest. Miss Hull entered the room when she heard a sound. I think it's likely that this was the sound of the chocolate chip falling over.
Yeah, that's what you would think, just by looking at the crime scene.
You said that Mr. Master broke the treasure chest lid himself. But this photo shows the ship's fall caused the lid to break.
Is that what we're trying to prove here?
If the lid broke just before Miss Hall found the body, then Mr. Master, who was in the middle of judging, could not have broken it.
I never said that Master broke the lid directly. The ship was set up to fall during the judging. I believe he tampered with the stand.
Do you have any proof he tampered with it?
No, but the investigation isn't completely over yet.
Seems they still haven't found anything conclusive. Have you found any other fingerprints other than Mr. Master's in this room?
Yeah, there were some left on the door. But the victim, Dover, and Master were also among the fingerprints left behind.
Before we made our desserts, we all gathered here to have the judging explained to us. Perhaps that was when we all left those fingerprints. But you didn't find any fingerprints on the works in this room?
What?
Someone tampered with the chocolate in this room. So perhaps there are other fingerprints on it apart from Mr. Master's.
No matter what we find, it won't clear Master of suspicion.
It'd be pretty easy to get rid of the evidence if they're trying to get rid of fingerprints on chocolate. Just, yoink, pop into mouth, all that done.
Labby, hurry up and dust the chocolate for fingerprints.
Roger that, sir. Detective Bad! We found another person's fingerprints on all the chocolate in the room!
Whose fingerprints?
They belong to a pastry chef by the name of Delicia. Okay, we haven't met her.
Good work. Return to the investigation.
Yes, sir.
It would seem that there are other suspicious people besides Mr. Master, after all.
I don't need a defense attorney to tell me that. I'm not stopping my investigation. We will just go and listen to what this Delicia has to say.
Delicia. Gustavia told us about her not long ago. Is she really a frightening woman who would do anything to achieve her goal?
Miss Edgeworth, this Delicia lady sounds mighty suspicious to me.
Seems that this will be necessary for us to speak with her directly as well. It will be. Detective Bad, would you allow us to accompany you?
I'm not obligated to do that.
What?
But you were the ones who discovered the truth of the crime scene. Fine, have it your way. Follow me.
Detective Bad, thank you.
Oh boy. I feel like this is going to be a very horrible person to be around. Detective Bad, are you sure about that? Right now, that prosecutor is in the room. Oh, fuck. So, 2 different levels of really uncomfortable. Great.
Doesn't matter. Him and I don't see eye to eye.
Him? Who's the prosecutor in charge of this case, anyway?
Manfred von Karma.
What? Von Karma's in charge? That guy hasn't lost a case in 25 years? Get used to it, bud.
Manfred von Karma, the living legend of the prosecutor's office. If the rumors of his courtroom performance are to be believed, he's a man who would do anything for a guilty verdict.
No matter what kind of prosecutor he is, I can only hold true to the path I believe in.
To be continued. So, there's a lot of rough voices in this. A crap load of them. And we're about to, like, dive into Manfred. As well as also, I have some plans that I wanted to do tonight. As well as also, now I feel like I need to go and get chocolate. God damn it. So, I'm actually going to call it for now. This was kind of a neat little test stream, and it looks like... Actually, real quick, I'm going to take a look at the output of the stream over on Twitch. Wow. Yeah, according to this, it looks like it's only about 1.5 seconds of delay between what I'm doing and what you guys are seeing over on Twitch. Unfortunately, it's the same lag for all the other places like Mixer and YouTube, but I don't know. Once they get their own lagless functionality, hey, I'll dive onto it. I'm cool with that. And it's nice. Like, I remember I originally jumped onto Mixer because they had that the whole FTL low latency thing. And I've stopped doing that now because you need to do something really specific with the encoding to make it work. And I'd rather not do that anymore. And the cool thing is that with Twitch, you don't have to worry about it. Just toggle it, and they're like, okay, we'll process it like low latency. But ta-da, done. So, I'm happy that this seems to be working. I haven't really tested it on anything like super hardcore, but I guess I'm just going to have to see how that works later on. Like maybe sometime around, I don't know, what would be a good game to like test out just frame rate rise? What have I been playing that's really, really intensive on frame rates? Funny enough, I do have a couple of games in mind coming up that would really be intensive on frame rate. So maybe that would be a good thing to test the low latency thing. Anyway, I'm going to stop yammering, and I'm going to do my regular title card outro stuff. So thanks everybody who popped into the stream just to either say hi or watch for a little bit or hang out, help out with the puzzles, whatever. I appreciate like all the time. If you want to take a look at this after it's done, I'm going to be taking it, processing it. Maybe I'll do some like minor cuts on the intro and outros and stuff, and I'll be uploading it to the YouTube after I'm done with it. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, all of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Some other stuff that I got on the docket. I'm going to be very honest with you. The Steam Summer Sale has recently come up, and I have taken advantage of some of the deals. You know, I'm filthy, and I like a good deal. So I went and I picked up some games that are kind of due. I've been wanting to play them, and I'm looking forward into it. I'll let you know what those games are when we get to it. As well as also there's some VR stuff that I have lined up that I'm really looking forward to diving into pretty soon. So I'm doing that too. I'm lining up to finish up Breath of the Wild because there's very little that I can do left at this stage. I've kind of milked that series dry. And also... Oh, right. I really wanted to do another Hat in Time mod special because there's a ton of mods that have recently come out that I really, really want to cover. I don't know what order I'm going to do it. I might do a Hat in Time mods tomorrow. I might do something else tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm going to look into it. But, yeah, I'm going to get a move on. So, again, thanks for coming out. See you next time.